He saw them, that part of you that longed for someone to notice, to care. He had always noticed. The loneliness you wore like a cloak wasn't unnoticed, even if the world didn't seem to care. God knew the weight of your heart, even when it felt too heavy to carry alone. He didn't need words from you to understand. He already knew the unspoken places inside you that had been aching, unnoticed by everyone except Him. God speaks directly to your heart, not with thunder or from far away, but with a quiet voice that reaches deeper than words can travel. He tells you that He knows you better than you know yourself, that He understands the parts of you that remain hidden even from your own sight. The loneliness that presses down on your chest, the sadness that you carry without even realizing it, He feels it too, because He sees you in a way no one else does. When you find it hard to speak, when your emotions are tangled in knots that seem impossible to untie, He understands without a single word being spoken. He knows every silent tear you've held back, every laugh you've forced, and every time you've pretended to be fine when deep down you were falling apart. Even in those moments when the world moves on around you, oblivious to your inner struggle, God is there, right by your side. He doesn't need you to explain. He sees the battles you face, the parts of you that have been broken by time, hurt, and isolation. You may feel abandoned, like no one understands the depth of your soul, but He reminds you that you are not alone. His presence is not distant, not something you need to chase or hope for. It's a truth that remains within you, quietly, constant. When everyone else is caught up in the rush of life, when you feel like you've been left behind, He is there, walking with you, understanding the parts of you that no one else can. The loneliness you've grown accustomed to, the invisible weight you've carried, it doesn't escape His sight. He knows every detail, every unspoken part of you, and in that knowing, He offers peace. You are not alone. You never have been. God is not the kind of figure who only shows up when you're in crisis, not the one you only turn to when things are falling apart or when the world is falling silent. He isn't distant or removed, sitting far away on a throne waiting for dramatic moments to arrive. No, He's the one who walks beside you in the quiet spaces of your life, the ones no one else notices. He's the stillness in the background when the noise of the world fades into nothing, standing with you in the hardest moments when you're unsure of how to keep going. When you feel like you have nothing left to give, when your heart feels heavy, and the tears feel like they're too much to hold back, God is there. He doesn't only show up when you pray loudly or when you cry out for help in desperation. Even when the world doesn't hear your cries, He hears every single one, even the ones that are too soft for your own voice to capture. In the moments where you struggle to find your strength, when you feel drained and lost, God stays. His presence isn't something that fades in and out depending on how desperate you are. He is constant, always beside you, even when you forget He's there, even when you find it hard to remember that He hasn't left, even when you doubt His presence in your life, He stays. God doesn't walk away just because you feel abandoned. He isn't someone who turns His back when your faith feels weak. He knows the struggle of every day, the fight that no one else sees, the moments when you feel like the world is too much. Even when it seems like the path before you is unclear, when you don't know how to move forward, He is beside you, walking through it all with you. He doesn't leave, not when you're at your lowest, not when you're tired and broken, not when you're unsure of where you're going. He stays with you in those quiet moments, in the difficult ones, and in those times when you don't have the strength to keep moving. You might forget Him sometimes or question where He is when things are hard, but He's never far away. When you feel like you've been forgotten, when you question His love, He is still there, just waiting for you to remember. He hasn't left. You might find yourself wondering if you're walking alone, but God is there, standing next to you in the shadows of your life, holding you steady when you feel like you're falling. He doesn't need you to be perfect. He doesn't need you to have everything together. He simply wants to be with you in the moments that matter, most the quiet ones, the lonely ones, the hard ones. And He'll never leave you. No matter how dark it gets, no matter how lost you feel, He's with you, reminding you that you're not alone. His promise is not just for the big moments or the times when everything is right. His promise of presence is for every moment, every breath, every step. Even when you forget, even when you doubt, he stays with you, a quiet but constant presence in your life, guiding you through. It's easy to feel like you're walking alone sometimes, to feel like no one understands the weight you're carrying or the pain you're hiding inside. But God isn't distant. He's not just a figure for dramatic times. He's with you in the small, everyday moments, walking alongside you through each step, even when you don't have the words to explain how you feel. When you sit in silence, unsure of what's next, he's there. When your heart aches and your mind is heavy with thoughts that never leave, he is there. Even when you doubt his existence or question his love, he's there, standing by you, just waiting for you to lean on him. You're never alone. His promise isn't one that fades away when things get tough. It's a promise that remains firm, steady, and unwavering. Even when you struggle to find your way, he stays. And that is something you can always count on. You may not always feel him, but he's there, quietly holding your hand as you walk forward, step by step, through every moment of your journey. Even when your body is worn out and your spirit feels like it can't go on, God remains. He doesn't leave you to face the darkness alone, not when you're at your weakest, and not when everything feels too heavy to bear. When the weight of the world presses down on your chest, making every breath a struggle, he is right there beside you, steady and unwavering. When you feel like you've given all that you have, when the strength you thought you had runs out, God doesn't turn away. He doesn't leave you to fight the battle on your own. Instead, he remains quietly by your side, holding you up when you can barely hold yourself together. You may feel exhausted, as if there's nothing left in you to keep going, but God is with you, silently supporting you in every moment. He sees your weariness, the fatigue that weighs on your heart, and yet he doesn't let you fall. When everything around you feels uncertain, when you wonder how you'll ever get through the day, he remains steady, a constant source of strength that you can draw from. You might not see him, but his presence is as real as the air you breathe. In the silence, when you feel the emptiness of the world, he whispers to your soul, reminding you that you are not alone. Even when you want to give up, even when you think you've reached the end, he is there, lifting you up, helping you find your feet again. God will not let you fall into the abyss of loneliness or failure, even if it feels like you're surrounded by nothing but darkness. He knows the struggles you carry deep within you, the things you haven't said aloud, the burdens that you try to hide from the world, and yet he sees them all. He knows the moments when you feel like you failed, when you believe that you're too weak to continue, and in those moments, he doesn't abandon you. Instead, he becomes the strength you need to keep going. When your heart is heavy, and your soul is drained, he will not let you fall. His love, unwavering and constant, wraps around you like a blanket of comfort, assuring you that you are safe, you are seen, and you are loved, even when you can't see a way forward. When your heart is tired and your mind is clouded with doubts, God is there to guide you. You might not always know what to do next, but he is walking with you step by step, helping you carry the weight of your journey. You don't have to do it alone. God isn't just a distant figure who watches from afar. He is a close companion, a friend who stands beside you in the storm, offering his hand when you feel like you can't stand anymore. He will give you the strength to take one more step, and when that step feels impossible, he will carry you through. There is nothing too great for him, no burden too heavy that he can't help you bear. Even when you doubt his presence, even when you feel like you've been forgotten, God never leaves. He is there, silently beside you, working in ways you may not see, but always working to guide you, to heal you, and to help you find the strength to move forward. No matter how long the journey feels, no matter how many times you stumble, God is with you, carrying you through each trial, lifting you when you can't lift yourself. You are never alone, and his promise remains true. He will not let you fall. You will make it through, not by your own strength, but by the strength he provides. Even when you feel like you're at the end of your rope, remember this: God is there, steady and unchanging, always by your side, lifting you up when you need it most. And your soul is drained, he will not let you fall. His love, unwavering and constant, wraps around you like a blanket of comfort, assuring you that you are safe, you are seen, and you are loved, even when you can't see a way forward. When your heart is tired and your mind is clouded with doubts, God is there to guide you. You might not always know what to do next, but He is walking with you step by step, helping you carry the weight of your journey. You don't have to do it alone. God isn't just a distant figure who watches from afar. He is a close companion, a friend who stands beside you in the storm, offering His hand when you feel like you can't stand anymore. He will give you the strength to take one more step, and when that step feels impossible, He will carry you through. There is nothing too great for Him, no burden too heavy that He can't help you bear. Even when you doubt His presence, even when you feel like you've been forgotten, God never leaves. He is there, silently beside you, working in ways you may not see, but always working to guide you, to heal you, and to help you find the strength to move forward. No matter how long the journey feels, no matter how many times you stumble, God is with you, carrying you through each trial, lifting you when you can't lift yourself. You are never alone, and His promise remains true. He will not let you fall. You will make it through, not by your own strength, but by the strength He provides. Even when you feel like you're at the end of your rope, remember this: God is there, steady and unchanging, always by your side, lifting you up when you need it most. Your value does not rest in the eyes of those around you. It isn't measured by the words people speak or the judgments they cast. It doesn't come from the approval of others or the standards they set for you. Your worth is not defined by what others see, not by the roles they assign you or the labels they attach. God created you with love, deep and unshakable. When He formed you, He had a purpose in mind that only He could see, a plan that was intricately woven into the fabric of your soul. From the moment you were made, you were chosen, not by accident, but with intention. He crafted you with care, and He does not make mistakes. Your life, your journey, your story, they were written with love, even when the world. He knew the places where you would fall short, where you would stumble, and He chose you anyway. Even when you couldn't see your worth, when the world told you you weren't enough, He still chose you. He didn't choose you because of your perfection or your accomplishments. He chose you because of who you are, because He sees you for everything you are: beautiful, flawed, strong, and fragile all at once. His love for you was never contingent on your success or your ability to get everything right. It was always about your heart, about your spirit, about the essence of you that He created, and no amount of failure could ever erase that. In the quiet of your heart, when you feel unimportant, when you wonder if anyone notices you, God is there, reminding you that you are seen. You are not invisible to Him. Your struggles, your pain, your triumphs, He sees them all. He sees the tears you've cried when no one was watching, the fear you've hidden behind smiles, the dreams you've put aside because the world didn't believe in them. He sees all of you, and He loves you, not for what you can offer, but simply because you are His creation. You are valuable because He says you are, not because the world defines you in a way that fits their expectations. He reminds you of your worth when the world tells you that you are too much or not enough. When you feel as though you've been forgotten or overlooked, God is there, whispering into the deepest parts of your soul that you are loved, you are valuable, you matter. You are seen by the Creator, who made you, who has known you before you even knew yourself. His love is not based on what you do, how much you achieve, or how others perceive you. It is based on His eternal, unchanging love for you, the kind of love that remains steady and true, no matter how far you wander. You are not defined by your mistakes, your doubts, or the moments you wish you could take back. These things do not diminish your worth. They are simply pieces of your story, but they do not define who you are. You are more than your failures, more than your fears, and more than your mistakes. You are loved, you are seen, and you are valued by a God who knows you better than you know yourself. When you struggle to see your worth, when you feel lost in the shadows of others' opinions, remember this: God sees you for who you truly are. He loves you, and He has never once doubted your value. His love for you is unwavering, constant, and it will never fade. Your worth is not defined by others' perception of you. It is defined by God's love, and that is the only measure that truly matters. You were created with a purpose that no one else can understand, a plan that was written by the hand of the Creator. Even in your weakness, your pain, your doubt, He sees the beauty in you. He sees the strength you carry, even when you feel like you can't go on. He reminds you, in the quiet moments and the loud ones, that you are enough, just as you are. You are loved, you are valued, and you always have been. You are His, and nothing can change that. You are not defined by the pain you carry or the mistakes you've made. The weight of your struggles, the burden of your past, does not determine who you are. These moments, the ones that have caused you to stumble, to question yourself, they are not the sum of your existence. You are more than what you have endured. You are not the wounds you wear on your heart, not the scars left by the storms of life. These are just pieces of your story, not the story itself. The essence of who you are is so much greater than what you've been through. You are a warrior, forged in the fires of adversity. Your strength is not seen in the moments when everything is easy, when life flows without resistance. Your strength is revealed in the times when you've had to fight just to keep moving, when your spirit was tested and yet you pressed forward. You have endured much more than most will ever see. You have walked through storms that would have broken many, but you kept going. In every trial, in every challenge, you found a way to rise, even when it seemed impossible. It wasn't always easy, and it wasn't always without tears, but you made it through step by step. God sees you in these moments, and He wants you to recognize the strength that has always been inside you. Even when you feel weak, even when you feel broken. You may not always feel it, but it is there, buried deep within you. It's there in the way you've kept going when the world told you to stop, in the way you've picked yourself up when everything seemed to be falling apart. It's in the quiet resilience that keeps you standing, even when you feel like you can't stand anymore. God has always known the strength you possess, even when you doubted it yourself. There are times when you feel like you've lost that strength, when the weight of everything becomes too much to carry, and you feel like giving up. But in those moments when you feel the most defeated, God is there, reminding you of the warrior within. He doesn't see your weakness as a defeat. He sees it as an opportunity for your true strength to emerge. The broken pieces, the wounds that you think define you, they are actually part of what makes you strong. They have shaped you, but they do not limit you. You are not your pain. You are the one who overcame it. God wants you to see that you have always been strong, even in the moments you felt like you had nothing left. The strength within you is not the absence of pain or the avoidance of hardship. It is the power to rise in spite of it. Every time you got up, every time you took one more step, even when you felt like you couldn't take another, you were showing the strength that God has placed inside you. Your ability to endure, to keep moving forward even when the road is difficult, is a testament to the warrior spirit that lives within you. You may not always feel it, but the strength you need is already there. It is in your heart, it is in your soul, it is in the way you keep fighting. Even when you're broken, even when you feel lost, that strength remains. It doesn't disappear because of your struggles, it grows in the face of them. God sees you, He sees your strength, and He is with you every step of the way. No matter how many times you've fallen, you are always rising again. You are a warrior, and the strength within you is a gift from the Creator, one that will never fade, no matter how hard life gets. You are more powerful than you realize, and the strength you need is within you, always has been, always will be. You don't have to live in pain or fear any longer. The weight of your past, the mistakes you've made, the regrets that have kept you up at night, they don't have to define who you are or how you move forward. For too long, you've carried these burdens, letting them sink into your soul, and each time you've looked in the mirror, you've seen only the scars of what you've been through. But God is calling you to let go. He calls you to forgive yourself, to stop holding on to the guilt and the shame that have bound you for so long. It's not that you haven't made mistakes, but those mistakes don't need to carry the weight of your life. They don't need to carry the weight of your future. God is offering you a way to heal, a chance to release the pain that has held you captive for so long. He invites you to step into his love, to feel his grace surround you in the moments you feel unworthy. He wants you to understand that you don't have to be perfect, that you don't have to live in fear of being judged or rejected because of your past. The mistakes, the things you wish you could take back, are part of who you are, but they do not define you. What defines you is his love for you, a love that never changes, a love that heals, a love that transforms. You've carried your wounds long enough. Now it's time to allow God to heal them. It's time to open your heart and allow his grace to wash over you, to give you the peace that you've been searching for. Forgiveness is not something that comes easily, especially when it's yourself you have to forgive. It's hard to let go of the guilt, the shame, the anger that has built up over time. But God doesn't want you to carry that weight any longer. He wants you to release it so you can walk freely, unburdened by the chains of the past. He knows how heavy it is, how it has weighed on your spirit, how it has affected every part of your life, but he is here ready to help you break free. He's ready to show you that you don't have to be defined by what you've done, but by who you are in his eyes. You are his beloved child, and no mistake, no failure, no regret can ever change that. God doesn't just call you to forgive others, he calls you to forgive yourself. You are not your mistakes, and you don't have to live in the shadow of them. He wants you to understand that it's okay to start over, to rebuild, to heal. The past is behind you, and the future is still waiting for you to walk into it with hope and with peace. Starting over doesn't mean erasing everything you've been through. It means learning from it and moving forward. It means allowing God's love to guide you, to heal the wounds you've carried, and to give you the strength to move forward with a new perspective. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And God is there every step of the way, helping you find peace, helping you find the hope you've been looking for. The power of forgiveness is transformative, not just for the one you forgive, but for you as well. When you forgive yourself, you release the hold that pain and fear have over you. You let go of the past and you make space for something new. God is inviting you into a life of freedom, a life where you don't have to live in the shadows of your mistakes, but in the light of his love. He's inviting you to live a life full of hope, full of peace, a life where you can walk without fear, knowing that you are forgiven, you are loved, and you are free. This is the life he has promised you, a life where you no longer have to carry the weight of your past, but instead, you walk with him, step by step, into the future he has prepared for you. Let go of the pain, let go of the fear, and embrace the healing that comes with forgiveness. It's time to start over, and God is right here, waiting to walk with you every step of the way. No matter how hard life becomes, no matter how many obstacles are thrown in your way, you are never alone. There will be days when the weight of the world presses down on your shoulders, when the struggle seems endless, and you feel like you can't take another step. But even in those moments, even when it feels like you're walking through the storm alone, God is there. His presence surrounds you, unseen but undeniable. He is beside you, guiding you, offering his strength when you feel like you have none left. You might not always feel it, and you might not always see the path ahead, but he is there, steady and constant, walking with you through every challenge. His love for you does not waver when life gets hard. It's in those hardest moments that his presence is the most real, the most evident, reminding you that you are never truly alone. When you feel like you're standing at the edge, unsure of where to go next, God holds you up. He is the quiet force behind your every breath, the gentle hand that keeps you from falling when you feel like giving up. It's easy to believe that when everything is falling apart, when the road ahead is dark, that you're forgotten, that you've been left to face it all on your own. But that's never the truth. Even when your heart is heavy, even when you're tired and worn, God remains by your side. He knows your struggles, and he understands your pain, but he also knows the strength within you, the strength that only he can bring out. In those moments when you think you can't go any further, he is there lifting you up, giving you just enough strength to take the next step, to keep moving forward. is not always easy to recognize, but God's presence is never far away. Even when you feel lost in your thoughts, even when you feel as though the world has moved on without you, He is there walking with you in the silence. When you struggle to find the words to pray, when you don't know how to express the pain you carry, God hears the cries of your heart. You don't have to have it all together for Him to understand. He knows your heart and He's always listening. Even when you don't have the strength to speak, He is still there, offering you comfort, offering you peace. It's in the quiet, in the moments of stillness, that His presence is most profound. He is the peace in your chaos, the stillness in your storm, the steady hand that never lets go. God doesn't promise that life will be easy. He doesn't promise that you won't face trials or hardships. What He promises is that He will be with you every step of the way. No matter how difficult the journey becomes, He will not leave you. His love for you is constant and unwavering. When you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your own, remember that God is right there beside you, offering His strength to help you carry it. He doesn't expect you to do it alone. He never wanted you to. You were never meant to walk this path by yourself. When you feel like you can't take another step, He is there, holding you up, reminding you that you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten. Even when you're at your lowest, when your heart feels heavy with doubt and fear, God is still there. His love for you never fades. He doesn't abandon you when you struggle or when life gets tough. He stays. He holds you in your weakness, and He gives you the strength to rise again. When you feel like you can't keep going, He whispers to your heart, reminding you that you are not alone. His love is unwavering, and His presence is constant, even in the darkest times. No matter what you're going through, no matter how heavy the weight on your shoulders, God is always with you, guiding you, holding you, and reminding you that you are never truly alone. Faith is not about being perfect or having it all together at every moment. It's not about showing strength when you feel weak or pretending to know the way when you're lost. Faith is about surrender. It's about trusting that even when the answers aren't clear, even when you feel uncertain and afraid, God is still with you. It's about acknowledging that you don't have to understand everything, and that's okay. The world may ask for perfection, for certainty, but God simply asks for your trust. In those moments when the road ahead is unclear, when you can't see the next step, that's when faith becomes most important. It's not about your ability to handle everything, but about your willingness to surrender to God's plan, trusting that He will guide you, even when you can't see the way forward. Surrender is not giving up, but giving over. It's not about letting go of your dreams or abandoning your desires. It's about placing them in God's hands and trusting that He will carry them for you, even when you don't have all the answers. In those times when you feel burdened by the weight of your struggles, faith is the quiet assurance that God is walking with you. He doesn't expect you to be strong all the time. He simply asks that you trust Him with your weaknesses, your doubts, your fears. It's in those moments of surrender that you find strength, not from your own ability to control the situation, but from God's presence and His unwavering love. When you let go, when you surrender, you create space for God to step in and lead you through the storms, to heal your brokenness and restore your soul. God promises to guide you through your struggles. His love is constant, and His presence is ever present, especially in the moments when He is there, walking beside you, holding you through the pain. Faith is trusting that even in the dark, God is still working, still moving, still guiding. He doesn't leave you in your struggles. He uses them to shape you, to strengthen your faith, and to draw you closer to Him. When you surrender, you open your heart to His healing, His guidance, and His grace. Through faith, you begin to see that the struggles you face are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth, for deeper trust, and for a stronger relationship with the one who never leaves your side. God assures you that your purpose is still alive, no matter what you've been through. The pain, the struggles, the failures, they do not define you. They are parts of your story, but they are not the whole story. You are not the sum of your mistakes, nor are you the weight of the burdens you've carried. Even though you may feel like you've reached the end, that your journey has been marked by loss and hardship, God promises you that this is not the end of your story. There is more to come. Your purpose is still unfolding, and it is still being shaped by everything you have endured. Your struggles are not in vain. They are part of a greater plan, a plan that you may not fully understand right now, but one that will reveal itself in time. What you have gone through will not only shape you, but will also be used to heal others. The pain you have felt, the battles you have fought in silence, will be the very things that allow you to connect with others in their moments of need. You are a living testimony of God's love and faithfulness, even in the darkest of times. You are a reminder to others that they too can rise, that they too can heal, and that they are never alone in their struggles. Your strength, your courage, your ability to keep going when everything seemed lost, these are the very qualities that will inspire others. Through your experiences, God will use you to bring hope to those who are walking the same difficult path, offering them the light that you found in your own journey. God's love and faithfulness are not just words, they are the foundation of your life. He has never abandoned you, even when you felt most alone. He has been with you every step of the way, guiding you through the hardest moments, and He will continue to guide you toward a life full of meaning and purpose. The life He has planned for you is not one of defeat, but of victory. It is not one defined by what has happened to you, but by what you will become through His guidance. The pain you have endured is not wasted. It is being woven into a story that will bring light into the world. God is not done with you yet. He is just beginning to show you the depth of the purpose He has placed within you. Every step you take, every challenge you overcome, every moment you surrender to Him brings you closer to the life He has prepared for you. It may not always be easy, and the road ahead may still be filled with struggles. But remember this, you are not walking alone. God is with you, and His purpose for you is greater than any obstacle you face. You are a living testimony of His love, a living proof that He can take the broken pieces of your life and turn them into something beautiful. Your restoration is not just about healing yourself, it's about being part of the healing of others. Through your story, God is showing the world His love and faithfulness, and He will continue to guide you toward a future full of hope, peace, and purpose.